Hi, and welcome to the on-record portion of the Rockbridge Report. I'm Lindsay Castleberry here with Tracy Lyons, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce. Tracy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So I know you graduated from Auburn University, correct?
I did, yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So how did you find yourself in Rockbridge County?
Well, actually, my husband, he moved here shortly after college to be a consultant for his national fraternity. So Kappa Alpha Order's headquartered here, and so he still actually works for him now. We met after college, and so eventually kind of found my way around and moved here.
That's awesome. Well, we're glad to have you.
Thank you. Appreciate
So
it.
let's talk a little bit about the Chamber. What exactly is its role in the community?
We kind of position ourselves and envision ourselves as the community resource. So it's our responsibility to bring the community together, whether it's just the business community, it's all of our organizations that exist, it's our universities and all three of our jurisdictions, and kind of bring them together to create a sound business community or a positive kind of community to live in.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's been a ton of economic growth recently.
There has been, yes.
Why now?
I think it's been a good, we've finally seen the upswing in the economy. I think, 2009 is when it really hit hard here in Rockbridge, and people saw that. You saw a lot of businesses closing, a lot of mom and pop stores that have been around for a while closing their doors. And I think people are really seeing that upswing finally reach out to our more rural communities. There's also been sort of a push lately to move out of the big cities, and they're looking to have that kind of all the, I guess, amenities of a big city life, but also to be in a community where they can enjoy the lifestyle. And so Rockbridge has a good balance of both of those. With both the universities here, we have a lot of coming and going. We have a lot of youth and a lot of excitement, but we also have that small town feel, which is nice. And so a lot of people get to enjoy the lifestyle, really. So
I know, I love it here.
Yeah,
so.
It's been really good. Good for us.
Yeah. So what can locals look forward to in 2016? Here in the business community?
Yeah, in the business community, we have a lot going on. So we have really started to, the shop local nationally has been a really big push. And so I think locally, all of our mom and pop stores, our locally owned and operated stores are really seeing that boom. People are wanting to shop local. They're wanting to go back into buying all their vegetables local, and seeing those farmers on the side of the road is what they look for. And so there really has been just an excitement around that. I think locally we've seen a lot of new businesses opening their doors, had a lot of manufacturers kind of moving back into the county and filling some of those vacant warehouses that were there. And then just in the community, a lot more community pride and involvement. We just recently received our Main Street designation from the governor, so we just had that, yeah, which is very exciting. And I think a lot of people just see that as a seal of approval. I mean, it really is a seal from the governor saying, what you guys are doing is really great. There's a lot to be said for that. So just some exciting things.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what are some of the biggest challenges facing the Chamber today?
I would say a lot of people, technology is probably our biggest, competitor, you should say. A lot of people say, the Chamber of Commerce used to be the place where everyone called when they were relocating. Mm-hmm. It was the place someone called to ask what the best restaurant in town was. And now there's apps, there's Yelp, there's reviews online. People really turn to their online communications. And so our biggest challenge is staying relevant. And so it's giving them their online presence that they want, but also showing them that word of mouth and their reputation locally is worth a lot. And so people, especially in small towns, they ask around and they want to know, they want word of mouth referrals. And that right there is worth every dime when it comes to the Chamber of Commerce and being a member and being present in the community. So, yeah.
How has Business at Breakfast been doing? I was there at the first one, so
it's been really good. So our second one, our first one was really great, well attended. Our second one was awesome. We had probably about 40 people that came. It was our outdoors initiative. So we heard from the Tourism Bureau, Jean Clark, who's Director of Tourism locally. They're working on a lot of initiatives about the outdoors. So they've gotten a couple grants to fund some outdoor programming, an outdoor website. We don't locally have an outdoors entity that really captures all of it. And so what this is going to do is bring it all together in one website and one, collaboration that says, okay, if I want to go rafting, where should I go? If I want to go hiking or biking, what should I do? And so that was an exciting initiative to hear from. Our next one that's coming up is millennials in the workforce. And so it'll be a very interesting topic to hear how the business community is adapting to the millennial age and seeing what they're looking for when it comes to that work-life balance. So I'm excited to hear
That's great.
Yeah, see how it goes.
So has membership grown recently in the chamber?
It has. We've seen a lot of people putting more faith back into the chamber. Going away from just Googling something to wanting to be present, wanting to be local, and wanting that seal of approval from locals saying they are a chamber member and they are really great and you should trust their business. So it's been really good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what do you do on a day-to-day basis? What's your role?
It's a variety of things. So every day is different. We have a lot of collaborative meetings. So I meet with a lot of other executive directors of organizations. I just came from a meeting about Live Healthy Rockbridge. So it's a new initiative that we're doing here in town. And it's really bringing people together. And that's really our biggest focus. There's a lot of people doing the same things and really getting them on page to talk and see how they can use their resources. So it's my job to represent the chamber at a lot of different things. But also to find those ways that the chamber can insert themselves and say, hey, what would be really great is if you guys partnered with y'all and make this an even bigger event. And, trying just to, in a small town, there's a lot of resources, I guess, and a lot of money. And so it's trying to get people to work together and make the most, because it benefits us, it benefits our business community, and it benefits the community as a whole to see people working together and putting their resources together to make things bigger and more well known. So it is my role really to be collaborative. It's also just to lead kind of the business direction, to look at economic development in a big picture and see where we're going, where we sit now and where we want to be. And just kind of being that resource for people, being the face of the business community and representing us. So
cool. Can you talk a little bit more about the Live Healthy initiative?
It's very exciting. So Live Healthy Rockbridge is an initiative that grew out of our strategic plan last year.
Okay.
And we have not in the past done anything towards healthy living. And when it comes to the business community, we just felt like we could be that partner to bring in all of our other healthy living partners, whether it's Carillion or the Health Center, the YMCA, that are doing things now, but take them and put them in the workplace. There's a lot of initiatives that go into the schools, into the youth programs that work with youth, but when they come home and their parents aren't the ones reinforcing it is where we kind of had that breakdown in communication. So if we as the chamber can do it here or do it from the business side and also partner with our friends doing it on the educational side, we hope that it can make a bigger impact. So we're partnering with a lot of different folks to be the bigger umbrella, Live Healthy Rockbridge, and then you'll see Live Healthy Kids and Live Healthy Business and Live Healthy Seniors. And so the chamber is going to be the bigger umbrella that hosts the different groups and kind of brings them together again to do the same things and help that mission of creating a healthier Rockbridge.
I think that'll be a great thing for the community.
It is. We're really excited.
So how can locals support the Chamber of Commerce?
Being a member, if they're a business or an individuals, can join and coming to events. I mean, that's the biggest thing. The more people we get, the more connections we can have and the more collaborative efforts we can have. So being just an advocate for the chamber as far as being a member or being present is huge. I mean, the more faces we see, the more they learn about things, the more connections they have, and then they take that and they spread that word into the community. So it's all about word of mouth, and that's what that's what the chamber still has going for it, I think. Chambers all across the country, and I think it's what we can kind of do to help.
That's right. So where do you see the chamber in 5-10 years?
Oh goodness. Right now I'm a year into my role, and I think that we're at a good place as far as cleaning up all of our internal efforts, knowing who our members are, knowing our outreach, letting our members know who we are and what we're here to do for them. And then I think in 5 years, we'll finally be at the point where all of our events are well sustained, they're well known, people are coming. It's not more about, it's less about telling people what we do and more about trying to improve upon those things and help the businesses more. And so spending our time with individual members and individual businesses and less about trying to get our name out there. So that's my hope, is that people see the chamber, they know what we do, and they know what to expect from us.
And you recently joined the chamber, correct?
I did, yes. So last January, so just a year.
Well, we are very lucky to have you here.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I think it was very informative for all of our viewers.
I hope so. Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. For the on-record portion of the Rockbridge Report, I'm Lindsay Castleberry.